Chinese students are very interested in foundation theory of any subject. For HCI, we don't have a general and unified theory. HCI is a marriage of art and science into a successful whole. But human information processing model is very important. It's very basic for people to learn. Human information processing model is shown here. Human information processing model describes how people perceive information, process information, and making model responses. And it happens very, very fast. When you are listening to me, when you are watching the video, your brain is processing a huge amount of information. So first of all, information coming from the display, coming from speaker, first of all, to your eyes, to your ears. And your eyes, your ears, pass the stimuli to your brain. Your brain starts to perceive the input stimuli. At the same time, other parts of your body also pass stimuli to your brain. But your brain focuses on the class, on the video, on my voice. And your memory system, your attention system help you to realize what I say, to realize the materials, even to realize, to understand the meaning of one word, one sentence. And your brain makes decision to take notes, to continue listening, or to stop, to do something else. That describes the information processing of your study for now. If you're focusing on the video, you may not pay attention on background noises. If you really concentrate, you may even murmur, saying something to yourself. If you watching the video, learning, and also playing some music, then your attention could be divided. If we take interacting with a computer as an example of human information processing, so in the user's mind, the user may say, I expected to press the button, to click the button, to show OK. I use my hand to move the mouse to click. And the display shown. Next, user said, in mind, I have forgotten what I'm supposed to do. And reading the information, processing the visual information. Or the user in their mind can say, what does that mean? What does the figure mean? Can I click on the figure? What does that underline mean? Does that underline mean I can click it? Does the color change of the hyperlink mean I clicked it before? These are all information processing in user's mind. Users see what they expect to see. You and me, we see what expect to see, what we expect to process. I give you one example. In a very noisy environment, like in a big party, if someone say your name loudly, you can hear. Why? Because we learned to be very sensitive on our name. If someone says your name, you know there's some information for you. Within 1 second, your brain perceives the information and decides to look for who's calling you. But our attention, our cognitive capacity, limited. So people have difficulty focusing on more than one activity at a time. And it's easier for people to perceive a structured information. And it's easier for people to recognize than to recall. Again, when I learned computer, I had to memorize many commands, Some are still familiar to me right now. Later, people designed graphical user interface. Users can select, can click what they want instead of memorizing all the commands. Again, it's easier for people to recognize than to recall. Let me give you another example about human information processing. The example is about university, about education. If you have a chance to visit China, visit Beijing, I think you would like to visit Great Wall in an online learning system. If you want to design metaphor for campus, for Chinese, wall and gate are very important. Chinese students expect to see a clear boundary of a campus. So if we ask them to draw a figure of a university campus, many of them will draw some gates and the wall, clear boundary of the campus. If we ask European university students, they may not draw so many gates and the wall. So it is important to keep consistency throughout the user interface to reduce the unexpected objects for users. If we draw a campus of a typical European university, and if we show the picture to Chinese students may not perceive the figure as a university campus if they don't see the clear boundary, if they don't see the wall of the campus. To explore it, acquire knowledge, use metaphor to allow users to apply their prior knowledge and experience.